and we would go inside and play video games for about like 20 hours.
Was it Among Us?
Three, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, go. 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, girlfriend's out there.
Hex, you know him, the robotic basketball-playing everyone's best friend robot we've had the pleasure of rap battling in his full week mod. But how well do we really know them? Here's 10 things about Hex. Alright, before we get into it, according to these wacky numbers, only 94% of my viewers are subscribed, so if you enjoy this type of content, according to these wacky numbers, only 94% of my viewers are subscribed, so if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to sub and be the first to see it. Alright, let's get into it. Versus Hex Full Week was developed by artists Yin Yang 48 and DJ Cat, and programmed by Dev. Versus Hex is unique in that the week isn't centered 48 and DJ Cat, and programmed by Dev. Versus Hex is unique in that the week isn't centered around an antagonist trying to kill boyfriend and girlfriend, which is a common theme in modded weeks. Hex was purposefully designed to be a non-confrontational and friendly opponent to boyfriend with a kind and playful demeanor. Hex's name and design references the computing term hexadecimal, a base 16 system used to simplify the representation of binary. Hexadecimal can use the digits 0 to 9 and A to F, making it possible to write 8-digit binary while only having to use 2 hexadecimal digits. Hex has a 16 on his jersey because hexadecimal is a base 16 system. Hex's actual full name is Hextravaganza, and it's also the name of his full week. Most characters in Friday Night Funkin' have a few frames for their idle animation and 2 to 6 frames of movement for each direction pressed. Hex's left note animation is only 1 frame, due to the fact that his character is based on Daddy Dearest's code, who also only has 1 frame for their left animation. This is no longer the case in his song Glitcher, where he's seen vibrating with a big error sign for a face. The song Glitcher comes about due to Hex's motherboard becoming vulnerable to remote hacking from the events of the previous songs. As Hex attempts to fight off the virus, his face swaps from a dizzy to a familiar looking symbol. Hex's virus is based on the graffiti in the background of the Witty Full Week mod, which programmer Dev worked on previously. The virus is also seen at the end of the Tricky Full Week mod. The track Hello World is a reference to a program of the same name. Hello World would simply open with the text, Hello World. The program is used to illustrate the basic syntax of a programming language and is often the first programmers new coders use as an introductory to a programming language. Sometimes the program is used as a sanity test to make sure a certain computing language is correctly installed and the operator understands how it functions. Hex's operating system is Windows 10, as referenced in one of the glitcher direction animations, represented by a sad face and a blue screen of death. Also known as a stop error, the blue screen of death is Windows responding to a fatal system error, resulting in the operating system being unable to operate safely. Blue screens of death have existed as far back as Windows 1.0, but the addition of a sad face came about in Windows 8. According to a tweet from developer YingYang48, Hex loves to bake. Since Hex runs on Windows, his processor just counts the seconds until whatever he's baking is done without the need of an alarm. His favorite thing to bake is banana bread. Me too, dude. According to his lore, Witty was commissioned by a rich guy, simply named Rich Guy, by a high-tech company to create a friend for him. The CEO of the company poured the newest and best technology into Hex as a prototype, before realizing the technology could be mass-produced and make the company a lot of money. Rich Guy's contract was cancelled and Hex was powered down and placed in storage due to being a prototype. Fortunately for Hex, he was placed by a window where his solar panels picked up enough power for him to escape the storage facility. Eventually, he found his way to Rich Guy and they were friends for years after. When Rich Guy died, Hex was left with a lot of money, but no friends. So he used his recreational activities to make friends, which is how he meets Boyfriend during his week. When Hex sings, the screen on his face coincides with the direction of the animation. Though there aren't any arrows, the color of the background of his screen during Glitcher also coincides with the color of the arrow, all except his left input. Similar to Witty, many modders have featured cameos of Hex in some way, shape, or form. Witty is mentioned in dialogue and his name can be seen in the background of every song. According to their respective mod developers, Witty and Hex are friends. And that's 10 things about Hex I hope you enjoyed. I'm really enjoying these videos so far, so if you got a favorite mod character you want me to cover, according to his lore, Witty was commissioned by a rich guy. Playing every so alright, before we get into it, according to these wacky numbers, only 94% of my viewers are subscribed, so